her boyfriend fell 4 stories welding.
Okay, I'd like to call the Finance Committee to order and ask for approval of the minutes from, I believe it was June 2nd. Yes, moved by Supervisor Bruno, seconded by Supervisor Merlino. Any corrections or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, the first item is request for transfer of funds as attached. Needs to be approved by the committee. Moved by Supervisor Diamond, seconded by Supervisor Bruno. Any discussion? Hearing none, I call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 2 is requests and items to be discussed by the county administrator. Mr. Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The first item is the traditional item of the journal transfers. Any questions on those? 2B, we spoke about during personnel, and this is approval to transfer $10,000 from the salary budget code in public health into the code for reimbursement for job-related courses for their nurse who has completed some coursework.
Someone care to introduce that? Supervisor Driscoll, seconded by Supervisor Diamond. Any discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Go ahead.
2C is, this is an item that the ARPA committee approved several months ago. We've taken our time to get the department's technology requests in and to cost those out. Mike Colvin and Tammy DiLorenzo put a lot of work into that. We now have the budget transfer set up to appropriate those funds that the ARPA committee and the Board of Supervisors already designated for this purpose.
Moved by Supervisor Bruno, seconded by Supervisor Merlino. Any discussion on this item? Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you. Item 2D is a extension of the contract with National Business Equipment. That's where we lease our printers and our copiers through the end of the year with an option for cancellation. This item went out to bid this year. The bids were reviewed by my office as well as purchasing. And this is in conjunction with department head input as well. And this is the decision that we've made. They are local. The biggest issue that I think that we have beyond cost is their ability to come here on a hour or day's notice and attend to a problem that we have. They're very, very good with that.
Include D and E together.
Yes, I believe we can.
Okay.
Introduced by Supervisor Driscoll, DNE, and seconded by Supervisor Bruno. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thanks to Tammy and Julie especially, and thank you, committee.
Number 3 is requests and items to be discussed by the county treasurer, Mr. Swan.
Morning, or sorry, good afternoon, everybody. Item A is a request to basically accept a payment of $48,348 from the insurance that we had to purchase while we were doing the bonding for the $7.9 million bond. Basically, they estimate how much and the proceeds come out of the bond money, and this was what was left over. So we need to reallocate it back to the debt service.
Introduced by Supervisor Merlino. And seconded by Supervisor Runyon. Any discussion about item A, 3A? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. B.
Item B is a request to move funds from the contingent account of $11,975 into the county or the clerk of the board's account to pay for the legal fees and the fiscal advisor fees that were incurred during the bond.
Introduced by Supervisor Runyon. Seconded by Supervisor Diamond. Any discussion? Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Anything else?
Yeah, if I could just say one more thing, is in regards to our county administrator's announcement at the personnel meeting. Ryan, I'd like to say thank you for your service. It's been a pleasure working with you for the last 4 years, and I wish you all the best in your new endeavor.
Likewise, Mike, you people are, you're the best. You're terrific to work with.
Okay, number 4 is referrals from the County Facilities Committee, chaired by Supervisor Bruno.
Yes.
First is the airport.
Yep.
A request to authorize the appropriation of funds in the amount of $179,388.30 from the general fund unappropriated surplus to the Warren County Airport budget, and amending the Warren County budget for 2022 accordingly, and authorizing settlement payment in that amount of $179,388.30.
This is a required, or dictated by the court. And I don't know.
Introduced by Supervisor Diamond, seconded by Supervisor Driscoll. Any discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And B is buildings and grounds. Request to close A870 reserve equipment storage and vehicles and transfer estimated funds remaining in the amount of $7,566.35 to A871 reserve rehab county buildings, and also to close 872 reserve bridge replacement and repair, and transfer the estimated funds in the amount of $1,483.93 also to A871 reserve rehab county buildings. Introduced by Supervisor Merlino, seconded by Supervisor Driscoll. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 5 is a referral from the Economic Growth and Development Committee, chaired by Supervisor Wild, Planning and Community Development. And this is a request to close capital project number H340, First Wilderness to 2012, and return estimated funds remaining in the amount of $71,708.60 to A9950 910 transfers, capital projects, interfund transfers. Basically to move by Supervisor Bruno, seconded by Supervisor Merlino. Any questions or discussion on that? Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 6 is referral from the Legislative Rules and Government Operations Committee, chaired by Supervisor Stroud. And this is the IT department. And this is a request for an appropriation of funds in the amount of $16,000 from budget code A895 computer reserve to various departmental budgets for the purchase of computers and related software. Introduced by Supervisor Runyon, seconded by Supervisor Merlino. Any questions about this request? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Number 7 is a referral from the Occupancy Tax Coordination Committee, chaired by Supervisor Dickinson. And this is a request to authorize the appropriation of funds in the amount of $43,400 from the Occupancy Tax Reserve, A881 to budget code A6417.0002 480 tourism special events, 10,000 to cover the cost of the Warrensburg Bike Rally, and 25,000 for the Adirondack Chris Crindle Market, and to budget code A8021470 planning and community development contracts. 8,400 to cover the cost of a contract with planning with Cliff and Redfield for marketing communications support for the First Wilderness Heritage Corridor. Introduced by Supervisor Driscoll, seconded by Supervisor Runyon. Any discussion or questions on number 7? Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Number 8 is referrals from the Public Works Committee, chaired by Supervisor Conover, Department of Public Works. Request to amend the Warren County budget in the amount of $1,380.60 to reflect the receipt of insurance recovery payment for guardrail damage at the South End Shop. Introduced by Supervisor Merlino, seconded by Supervisor Bruno. Any discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. 8B is a request to amend the Warren County budget in the amount of $700,000 to add serial bond funds to capital project H401 Sagamore Road retaining wall. Introduced by Supervisor Bruno, seconded by Supervisor Diamond. Any discussion on this? That's going to be enough, right?
We all, I was gonna say, we all.
Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. 8C is a request to authorize the appropriation of funds in the amount of $200,000 from the general fund unappropriated surplus to increase A 9901.0182 transfer machinery to cover the increasing cost of fuel. Introduced by Supervisor Driscoll.
Appropriate to introduce C and D.
Sure. Yep, that would be. C and D introduced by Supervisor Driscoll, seconded by Supervisor Bruno. Any discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next is Parks, Recreation and Railroad, and it's item 8E. Request to amend the Warren County budget in the amount of $450 to reflect the receipt of a donation received from Jason Foss Memorial. Introduced by Supervisor Runyon, seconded by Supervisor Merlino. Any discussion? Yes.
Thank you. There's a process in place for sending a thank you letter or that type of. It's already been done. Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks.
I'll call the question on 8E. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 9, Finance Committee action is required on the following personnel agenda items, contingent upon approval by the Personnel Administration and Higher Education Committee. And those items are 3A, 4A through D, 5, 6A and B, and 7. And I think they're all there for you. The numbers are on.
Yes, there's actually personnel items for A, C, 5, A, B, C, and D, 6, 7, A, B, and E.
Okay.
And there is the change to 6 because they're creating the assistant county planner and the senior.
Does the committee want to do them all at once? Introduced by Supervisor Bruno, seconded by Supervisor Runyon. Any questions on any of them?
So we're doing 5 through 8.
4 through 8
4 through 8.
of the personnel agenda.
Oh, okay.
Supposed to have 12.
Anyway,
Need someone to bring the motion?
Yeah, I think we have one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Any other discussion? If not, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
opposed to C. 4C. And I'm opposed to filling a new position in the Assistant County Planner, grade 14.
Mr. Diamond is opposed to 4C. Yeah, I don't know if we can do this. Can we?
I'm opposed to filling the position, County Planner.
So you'll come out as opposed to the entire motion.
Oh, I kind of agree with the other ones. You know, so whatever way you want to word it, Amanda, those are the two that I object to. I don't have a problem with the rest of them, but.
Uh, The motion carries except for those objections there. What else we got here? Referrals.
The individual things.
We have no pending
Yeah.
items. Privilege of the floor and comment. Anyone have anything else they would like to bring before finance? Hearing none, a motion to adjourn. Moved by Supervisor Diamond, seconded by Supervisor Bruno. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.